3 days after a mass shooting at a Tops grocery store in Buffalo, President Joe Biden visited Western New York today and met with victims' families. He was also quick to call the shooting an act of domestic terrorism. Our Kara Coleman was the only local reporter there for the speech. She joins us now live with more. Kara.
Hi, Mike. Yeah, we are outside of the Tops grocery store, pointing a little bit across the street because we want to show you this growing crowd that has really just been expanding for the last couple of hours. And in his speech earlier today, the president urged this community to come together in times like this. He said, hold on to each other, stand with each other. The president said that's a reason why he and Dr. Jill Biden decided to come here, be on the ground here in Buffalo. They wanted to stand with and grieve with those victims' families. 10 people shot and killed inside of this Tops supermarket just a couple of days ago. Also earlier today, we got to talk with a Tops supermarket employee, an associate who was inside of that grocery store when that massacre began.
White supremacy is a poison. It's a poison.
President Biden wasting no time Tuesday, calling Saturday's shooting an act of domestic terrorism and slamming the gunman's radical views.
We need to say as clearly and forcefully as we can that the ideology of white supremacy has no place in America.
The president and first lady also visiting the site of Saturday's mass shooting, laying flowers at a growing memorial outside the Tops grocery store. It's where Jerome Bridges has worked for 4 years and where he was Saturday when those shots rang out.
I heard shots come from outside, but I thought it was actually a car or something backfiring, and when the sound came into the store, I was like, no, that's somebody shooting.
Jerome tells us he helped barricade coworkers and customers inside a back room, all while continuing to hear those shots. He says he knew many of the victims personally.
Aaron Seltzer was like my big brother. And the day the guy came in, I also spoke with the fire chief's mother. We speak to her every time she would come in that store, and she would put a smile on my face every time.
The president telling the crowd in Buffalo that while it's naive to believe there won't be more violence, there are certain things we can do now.
But there are certain things we can do. We can keep assault weapons off our streets.
And it still is an active crime scene at that Tops supermarket behind me here. And we know one of the 10 victims was a father who was inside on Saturday afternoon picking up a birthday cake for his 3-year-old son. I talked with that little boy's mother today. They were inside when the president spoke. They spoke with him personally. She told me she didn't want to go on camera, but she said, she really felt like the president was empathetic with all of the victims' families. Whether it'll make any change here and across the country, only time will tell. Live here in Buffalo on Jefferson Avenue, I'm Kara Coleman, Erie News Now.